This is the epicenter of audio frequency entertainment.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show.
And we're good? All right. Yes! Oh, my God, it does feel so good to be reunited with my pal. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to another awesome episode of the Heffron and Reep Show. I'm John Reep, half of Heffron and Reep, and sitting to my right is the man from Detroit, back from Canada. It's so good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
John Heffron, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it's kind of, I was on the road. I was in Canada, and then I was listening to some of our bonus shows. We're really good when we're not with each other.
I've noticed that, too.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you ever notice that? Like, because I was listening to the one you did with the guy from Something About
Earl.
Mary.
Yeah, Earl Brown, yeah.
It's actually episode 30 called Beans and Franks. If you haven't been to heffronandreep.com, go there, because you'll see all of our bonus shows. And sometimes, you get busy with life and you subscribe or you don't subscribe, but they're all on there. We have some great ones I did from Canada.
You did 3 from Canada in your old Canada series. I did one with just Earl. I did one with Mike and Rachel. But yeah, I mean, I was listening to yours too. That last one right there was my favorite. Old Canada Tour number 3 with Jim Brewer. That one was my favorite.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
I think we're good together as well.
We're good together. I kind of joke, but it's kind of...
Also, let me ask you this.
Right.
Did you promote yours more than you promoted mine on your Facebook and Twitter?
Maybe, because I don't think so. No, I think I did normal.
Yeah.
But the only benefit from the bonus shows was I toured this through Canada with Deb DiGiovanni, who was on your season last time.
She was on my
and
season.
she is a god in Canada.
That's crazy.
So when she would tweet, I think there was a lot of people reacted because Deb's on like the Canadian version of MTV.
Oh, yeah.
So anytime we'd go any place, literally like Abercrombie and Fitch kids would come out of everywhere and wanted to take pictures with her.
Is that because she's been on there for so long? Has she always been on that? I mean, has she been a TV star in Canada for a long time? Or
14 years.
14 years.
Something like that.
I had no clue.
And she's super cool, and she had good things to say about you. But yeah, so she plugged it. But for the most part, I didn't plug it overly because I went through I did a weird because I think the data plan in Canada was $1 million a megabyte.
Oh, really?
I really watched my internet usage.
Yeah, you were actually forced to actually text message.
I text. I didn't call anybody. I checked Facebook twice,
right?
And stuff like that. But it was actually kind of cool because on Twitter, I got rid of not everybody I follow the column where it says everything. So if I tweeted, it was just to promote. Like in Instagram, I was taking pictures of every theater we were in.
Yeah, I like that.
That's all I did. But it's kind of, if you do that, it's kind of weird what it does to your brain when you're not reading what everyone else is doing.
Here's my thing on that. I follow everyone who follows me.
Okay.
So there's no way that I can keep. I don't even look at what. I always look at just my @ mentions. If anyone's ever said @ John, that's all I follow.
Yeah.
I don't read other people's tweets. I go to Facebook to read other people's stuff. But
it's almost too much.
Yeah, it is too much. But when you were up there, I noticed your Instagram pictures. And it's a smart thing to do. We did this when I toured with the top 5 of Last Comic Standing. Was because you are in a different city almost every night or every other night. You guys put little signs on the monitor of the city that you're in.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to mess that up.
Especially when you're in Canada where you're not necessarily, like one day you're in Moncton.
Yeah, there's some weird names up there.
Yeah, cities.
A lot of Indian names.
Yeah,
right?
Cities you're not normally into, and then the next day you're
wow.
Yeah. You're like, wait, was it? And then just traveling, we were in a different city every day. So just some days you literally, you didn't know what day it was. I know it's not. I couldn't imagine being in the Rolling Stones or something when you're doing it completely, bombed out of your mind, and you have no real reason to know what day it is or what's going on. You could I was on a dumb mini tour for 4 weeks with comics that nobody drinks, and I still was completely. What day is it today?
Wow.
It's like that Bon Jovi song that the bottle that you drink. Yeah.
All you do is think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
So,
That was smart to put that up there. Now, when you were, what was that? The transportation situation. Did you guys have different vans, different rental cars, or
we did?
bus,
Just for Laughs does it nice. They had every. You always had somebody with you. So when you landed, there was a tour manager.
Yeah.
That guy, he was on one of the bonus. Yeah, he has everything figured out. You grab your stuff.
Legit.
There was a van there, or there was a tour bus.
Yeah.
We private planed it twice.
Ooh, private planed it.
Yeah, which is because that was actually cheaper than everybody jumping on Air Canada. So that was my first private jet.
It's a jet.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, how many people? So was it 4 or 5 people on that jet?
There was
Did you have your own flight attendant?
9 of us.
9 of you. Okay,
You can rent it for, it was $2,500 in Canada.
Oh my God, we got to move to Canada.
Yeah, so 9 people buying a $400 regular plane ticket. It was cheaper to spend the 20. You pulled right up onto the tarmac.
But it wasn't like it's not like renting a car. You're chartering a jet.
You can do it though in Canada.
Yeah. Wow.
You could do it.
That's
we
cool.
could pick 5 cities to go perform in and rent the same exact jet. It's $25, so you can do.
Is it nice? I mean, is it tricked out? I mean, do you get your own little?
No, there was no flight attendant.
Yeah.
And I think you did have to fly around with a big banner that said, "Will you marry me?" or something. But it was you know what it was? I've been on smaller regular jets or planes before.
Yeah, me too.
So, yeah, you got
Something
no
like that.
service, but you're also up in the air for 30 minutes.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
But it's $2,500,
Yeah.
and you didn't go through security.
We didn't
So
go through
I say
security
we
either.
tour Canada.
Well, that's
no,
right
you just
there.
pulled right out and you threw your stuff. Although Canadian security is maybe the easiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I would say the only thing that might slow you down going through Canadian security was just that they want to talk to you.
They want to talk to you, and they're nice. They're like, "Hey, is your day okay?" You're like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Yes.
No, seriously, is your day like? I just wanted to make sure, that you're going out and you're good.
You out in the boot? Yep.
That's what we need to do. We need to travel with Deb. We need to convince her that Reep Heffron and D. Giovanni need to do a mini tour through Canada
and America. Let's make a big circle.
Yeah, that's what I was telling her. I was telling her, we'll tour with you because we're all kind of the same age. Mm-hmm. We all are different.
Right.
And then I say, we'll tour with you, and then you can come to the States, and you can tour with me and Reep. We'll do like a give and take.
Yeah, all right. We'll take turns with, like, I'm probably bigger in the South, so I'll headline
I'm
that.
telling you, man.
She's big in Canada. She'll headline that. Detroit, that's your market.
Yeah, and we start when we.
Then we go to Uganda. We'll get that one follower.
Yeah. We gotta create a syndicate. I'm telling you, we gotta create a syndicate.
Yeah. Now, how was you say 4.5 weeks you were gone?
Yeah.
How did everyone get along? Everything cool? Because I know when I was on that tour with the Last Comic Standing for as long as it was, there were definitely some little flare-ups here and there. Nothing crazy, but
what did you guys do when there was flare-ups?
You got me, right? You got Lavelle Crawford,
okay,
Ralph Harris,
okay,
Amy Schumer,
right,
and Jerry D. Jerry D is from Canada as well.
By the way, Jerry D is like Seinfeld.
Really, he's that.
That's
big.
what everyone did.
I know he's got
on
his
your
own,
season, dude. Everybody came, was on Last Comic, went back to Canada, and got huge.
Canada won.
Jerry D has like his own sitcom in Canada.
You're hanging with Mr. D.
And Canadian sitcoms, from what I was talking to Deb about, like if you get like 200,000 people who watch it, you are on a super successful sitcom.
That's crazy.
Like 200,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How many people in that country?
There's like 200,005.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got everybody but 5 people.
Yeah, I was looking on his Facebook page like last year, and
he's in every
just bought
commercial.
a new house, and it's like all tricked out. I think he's in Toronto.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Is that where they shoot stuff? Is Toronto the L.A. of Canada?
Yeah,
yeah, and then Montreal is like the San Francisco.
From Jerry D, what he did, he toured through Canada, and this is from hanging out with Burr too. It's kind of inspirational. David. First trip through Canada, he funded himself, lost money.
Who did?
Guy. What's his name?
Jerry D.
Jerry D. Yeah. He funded his tour, lost money. Second time he did it, he broke even.
Yeah.
Third time he did it, now with the TV show, $1 bazillion.
Nice. Good for him, man.
So
he deserves all that success.
So that just shows you just got to, sometimes it's not about the cash.
Yeah.
You do the stuff and it'll come back.
Invest in yourself.
If you're smart about it.
Yeah.
So.
And he's a smart guy. But our season, it was funny because I was a winner, so I headlined every show. Mm-hmm. We went in order of your fifth place. Ralph Harris, you're the host, so he hosts all the shows.
Hosting sucks. I hosted this tour.
Yeah,
man, I hated it.
What do you hate most about it? Do you have to go up cold?
No, there was a great two improvisers, Roman Danilo and Diana Francis. They went up in front of me, so they did 10 minutes, got the crowd, was paying attention and laughing.
On every show?
Yes.
They went with you all? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, and then I went up after that, but not to sound lazy, but so I would do my 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you bring up the next guy, and then you have a 20-minute intermission, and then you go back up and do 10. So I actually did more time than everybody else.
Why the intermission?
That's just how you do it in every theater. You have to take an intermission.
Yeah.
So after 40 minutes. So just being lazy, like you couldn't officially check out. You had to pay attention because you were bringing up 5 other acts every 20 minutes.
You did 30 minutes every night, and everyone else is doing
20.
Wow.
Yep. And they're on you, though. There's somebody with a little like stopwatch that you got off stage, and if you did 23, the people at Just for Laughs were going to know about it.
Then they get mad at you?
They don't screw. Yeah, they don't. It's which is nice because no egos are going to kick in and suddenly going to be on stage for.
That's good.
For like 5 years.
Jerry did a funny thing when I was going along one time. I forgot where it was, and I was looking for the light. There was a guy who said he was going to give us the light, right? In the back of the theater in the sound area, and I never saw this light. And finally, I just stopped and I said, like, I think I've been going along. I don't know how long I've been up here. Like I'm talking to. The staff pretty much at this point. And I'm like, I don't know how long I've been up here. So no one's given me a light yet. And I turned around, and Jerry D had walked out on stage, and he found one of those big spotlights for like deer hunting, like it's like the size of your computer here. Right. And he's behind me, just shining it in my face. He's like, "Come, let's get out of here."
That's funny.
But it was funny because like on the tour. Ralph Harris, who was the MC, great guy, very funny, was late, notoriously late to the tour bus almost every time.
That's
like
annoying.
99.9% of the time, Ralph Harris was late to the bus. And at first it was kind of funny. I didn't really care. I'm going last anyway. He's the one that's going to go up first. But it's just kind of rude to keep everyone waiting on a tour bus when you're trying to get to the theater or the venue where there's food waiting for you.
Yeah.
And you're starving.
And everybody has their rituals. Like, some guys like to roll in last minute.
Right.
I get there. I always think I have to go to the bathroom, and I have to do a walk around and pacey type stuff. So if you throw off my rhythm.
Yeah. Everyone's got their pre-show rituals.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
being late to the tour bus delays that, and that's not cool. So no one really said anything for a long time, but then like he would be late, and we're all sitting there waiting, and then we're like, "Oh, what do you think the reason is this time? Was it his suit wasn't pressed in time?
Right.
Was it what was it? Who knows?" And so we started making little fun bets, and then finally, I think it was towards the end of the tour, Jerry had enough, and he's like, I'm going to say something. I got to say something. This is not right. I'm like, look, man, it's almost over. Just let it go.
Right.
It's just going to cause a fight probably. Yeah. And he's like, no, I think I'm going to say something. And then Ralph gets on the bus, and I forgot exactly what he said. Something like, oh, good. Glad you could join us. Thanks for making everybody wait, man. Like sort of a condescending thing. And Ralph just goes, just shut up and do the tour, Jerry. Just shut up and do the tour, man. It ain't your place to say that. He's like, no, it is my place because you're keeping everybody late. And in fact, everybody here is mad at you for being. Like, I was like, don't throw me on this, man. I told you you're going in alone if you if you're saying something. But he said something, and before you know it, they're both standing at right in front of each other's faces, nose to nose, screaming at each other.
Right.
Jerry's face is turning red. They're both spitting on each other, like when they're talking, being loud.
Well, how many weeks in was this? How many more shows did you have?
I want to say we had maybe a week left.
Okay.
I can't remember how long it was. A couple months, maybe a month and a half of touring. And finally, we had some time off in between, but But they were going to come to fisticuffs, and Lavelle came from the back of the bus, and it was like old school, like black guy pulled the black guy off, white people pulled the white guy off, and it was done, and I think they just had to get that out of their system, screaming at each other for a little bit. But
it's weird when you travel with like 5 or 6 people like that, where because everyone thinks they got their own way of doing things, and everyone. Right. So the thing that bugged me the most, and they make fun of me, but I was just like, there would be green room food. Yeah. Let's say a big plate.
What'd you guys eat?
They asked you how you wanted it. It was like,
catered food,
lunch meaty type. Cold fruits, cuts. Some candy, and some chips and whatever. Right. I mean, it was snacks. It was snacks. But let's say there's a big bowl of grapes. One of the guys would stick his hand in there. And he would just play with the grapes and then pop them in his mouth and then stick his hand back into the grapes again.
But he wouldn't eat the one. He just
randomly eat it. So then I would grab a plate and go, here's how you do this if you weren't raised by wolves. Right. You use a fork, you put the stuff on, and then you move away from the food.
Right. And you can touch your food on your plate all you want.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was just me or like bags of chips. Like everybody would stick their hand in the chips and eat right out of the bag. But there's 9 of us or 10 of us. So you dump a little out into a bowl and you walk away. You all would suck at a wine tasting, Yeah. So that drove me crazy.
The double dip thing, that's another thing.
But everybody was on time and stuff, and there were some arguments between other people that I will rename nameless that had nothing to do with me.
Oh, okay.
That I was just different philosophies of how you well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I won't even say who it was. It was just different business styles is all this is.
Okay.
If you got hired to do a show.
TV show?
Or no, let's say the tour, and you have a sponsor.
Okay.
And that sponsor comes to you and says, don't do this bit.
Okay.
How pissed would you be?
Pissed?
Yeah.
I would say what I would want to know more. Is there a problem with the bit?
Let's just go. It's offensive.
Okay.
It's offensive.
Well, I have no. It doesn't. Listen, you and I both do corporate gigs all the time.
Yeah.
When you do a corporate gig, you're not doing a club. You're not there playing for your fans. You're playing for that corporate.
For me, I feel, and I think a lot of comics realize this or don't realize this. The younger guys is you're a hired gun. If you get hired by, a big corporation or a sponsor, and they're like, could you not do the material that's going to piss off half the crowd? They paid you to be there, so you do exactly what they want. Now, I know that sounds, no way, I'm an artist. Well,
you're selling out to the man,
Then
dude.
Don't take those gigs and perform at laundromats and perform at shit coffee places.
At 2 in the morning.
And do 2 in the morning sets and talk about, with your notebook, I'm going to do some sets.
Sure.
But if you want to do this as a professional and stuff like that, if you want to take it, serious and maybe make more than $8,000 a year doing stand-up, then
do other
you
bits,
have to do
other bits that you also wrote and are proud of. It's not like they're saying don't do your material. You're still doing your material.
Yeah.
You're just excluding one bit.
Yeah.
It's not an insult. I no problem.
I wasn't the only guy on the tour, but it was a relationship show.
Yeah.
I would come out with 20 minutes of just nothing but relationship.
Okay.
And I was the only one who did that. And then I was getting pissed at myself going, why am I such a rule follower?
You're sticking to the theme.
Other people had
as a host, you're kind of setting a tone in a way. So maybe they wanted you to do that because you're the guy who's starting the show off, I
don't know, but maybe I'm sick of being a team player.
Did they ask you don't do certain bits to you?
No.
Oh, okay.
My stuff's always
Well, to answer your question,
I
would say, hey, no problem. I'm here because you're paying me to be here. I'm not necessarily performing for my fans. This is your audience, but whatever. No problem. You know what I mean? No problem.
Nice.
I mean, I might get a little bit like, oh, I wonder why they don't like that bit. All that bit in the back of my mind, I might be a little bummed out.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put my foot down and demand to do. I must do the humping the mic stand bit.
I also heard.
I'm walking.
I also heard, and I didn't say anything at the time during the show, that some people's sets, if the sets didn't go well, they would blame on my intro that I gave them.
That's the lamest thing ever.
Isn't it?
That's so.
I remember when I started working with headliners way back in the day, they'd write a thing, and they have such a lack of self-confidence in their performing that they feel they need to hear that you were on blank or you did blank for them to have any type of identity before they get,
or some sort of credibility to that audience before they step on stage. Oh, he was on Seinfeld.
Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of like one of those you practice like you play. There's so many shows I've done that the intro goes bad, or they just go, John Reap has been on this thing. Please
say your name first.
Please help us, John Reap. And then you get on stage. So if you get too caught up in how your intro was, you're taking the focus off and you're finding blame.
I find it amusing when they screw it up. I'll come up and just start laughing and pointing at him like as if the audience knows he screwed it up. Like we're all in on it and he screwed up. Like, I'm laughing like that because to me it's kind of funny, you know. But you can't blame your whole bad set on somebody getting your name wrong or saying it wrong. But that's childish, I think.
By the way, if you haven't been to our iTunes page, which I'm sure you have because you're awesome to listen to this, please leave a comment and star. That helps us. And I noticed our other network we used to be on. When do I start literally starting to get a little fucking pissed? I've emailed for 3 weeks saying, can you put a new link because we're no longer with your... They should literally call the network Access Past Episodes because that's literally... But, you sent them an email.
Too,
nothing.
No
I sent one before, and then I also sent another one. They said they're really busy. Now, after we've taken control of all these podcasts, I see how easy it is. It takes 3 seconds.
2 seconds.
So now I just feel like they're stealing money from us, hoping that people would accidentally sign up.
If you're going to iTunes and you're looking for Heffron and Reap, we are the red and black and white. Yeah. And it actually says the official podcast. It's got the word official at the bottom.
But it's weird on the iPod podcast thing on your iPhone. It doesn't say that. There's
official?
2 pictures of us, our old logo and the new one. You have no way of knowing.
Is the old one the orange?
Yes.
So just stay away from orange.
Yeah.
Stay away
orange
from
is not your friend.
You want black and white. And a little bit of red. That's what you want. Yeah. And, heffronandreap.com, there are lots of people, I think, who aren't listening just on iTunes. I think they're listening straight from the website.
A lot. If you look at our statoramics, it is. And by the way, 22 minutes in, we are such bad whores in the sense that we never plug anything. If you notice, if you go through all of our episodes, we very rarely plug anything, dude. We're givers.
Our bonus shows, we don't.
We're just we're very much givers.
I know, I forget.
We don't ask for donations. We don't ask for any of that stuff.
No.
We're not doing 30-minute commercials up front.
No.
But we should have done up front to everyone listening in the Phoenix area. We're doing our first Heffron and Reap show in Yuma.
Right.
December 7th.
How far
at
is that
the casino. Krishan Casino in Yuma.
Or is it in Winter Haven, California?
Don't know.
Well,
I think Yuma. I did a press thing, and the guy said, tell everyone in the something valley, Yuma, and Mexicali.
Yeah. Did you do that, too?
Yeah.
I did it from my in Hickory in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't even get what the whole phone call was for.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
But we're also doing the show with Eliza Schlesinger. Yeah.
Schlesinger?
Eliza, call her Eliza.
Eliza.
It'll be the 3 of us. We'll be doing a show there on Friday.
They used to call that the Winner Circle Tour. Now they're just saying people from Last Comics. Well, we're all winners.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing, dude. My 2013, I'm going to own it. I'm running theaters by myself.
Nice.
We're going to roll in. You're part of it.
How far do you think Phoenix is from Yuma? I mean, was that like an hour flight or something? I'm just because you said that if you're in the Phoenix area. I
know we have a lot of Phoenix. For some reason, this podcast is very popular in Phoenix.
In Phoenix and in Los Angeles, believe it or not. That's a big subscribership there as well. But I'm looking forward to that. We should all cut our hair just like Benicio del Toro did in 310 to Yuma. We should all get bowl cuts and come out and do sets.
We'll do it.
And we'll have a weird, what was that, bolt gun or whatever he had? Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll all dress up characters from that movie and do sets. But that should be fun. I don't want to go last on those tours. I hate because
I think I'm going last.
Yeah, is that what did you talk to Eliza? Does she
Eliza wants to go in the middle.
Perfect. I'll go. I will be the host. You're tired of hosting.
There's somebody. There's a dude from Phoenix going to host. I made sure that happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You did that?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you don't have to.
Okay. So
you
I'm
go
just going
up,
first.
You have the sweet spot.
Oh, that's
great.
You
go up, and do you know how much time we're doing?
No.
Should I be saying this? Like 25 minutes. It's going to be a good hour and a half show. It's going to go pretty fast.
That's good. Yeah.
Dude, after doing 20 minutes on this
I bet you got the tightest 20 ready to go.
Oh, it's so nice. I'm screwed this week when I have to do an hour 15. I'm going to be about 20 in and introduce Jim Brewer.
Right. Yeah.
Heffron and Reap. Shameless plugs.
Tuesday, December 2nd.
Okay.
And then Thursday, before we're in Yuma.
Right.
I'm in Comedy Magic.
Okay. This weekend I'm going to Lexington, Kentucky. Have you played that comedy off Broadway in Lexington, Kentucky?
No.
It's really good. It's a good club.
Tell them about me.
Yeah, I will.
By the way, on our website too, there's a clicker thingy, a banner ad for Amazon.com since it's the holidays.
In the top right corner.
And you are probably shopping. You should click on that.
Yeah. If you're going to go buy something on Amazon anyway, visit heffronandreap.com first. And when you click on that thing, don't worry. It's not like we
don't know.
Brother's not going to be tracking your every move or anything.
If you buy dildos, we won't know.
We're not going to know what you buy.
We won't know what you buy.
But if you do buy dildos,
we get like a half a penny for every dildo you buy on Amazon.
You can buy all kinds of stuff. In fact, on our website, if you go to shop, you can see we have things there in our little, I guess it's an online store. But all those things are it's like. You can get a DVD, CDs from John and I, other guests who have CDs and DVDs and other merchandise. That's on Amazon. You can see.
But if you just make our life easy, just buy like a Mercedes or something.
Yeah.
Buy a house.
Buy something huge on Amazon.
Buy a house.
Buy Amazon.
Yeah, buy Amazon. But if you buy Amazon, make sure you click the link.
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
By the way, I'll tell you that this podcast, it's just two guys having a conversation.
That's all.
I'm a little bit beat on from traveling as much.
Yeah, we're not always going to be
at 5 a.m.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's like we'll find some oregano and we'll rock out the next ones. But sometimes it's okay to have this type of conversation.
Listen, I haven't seen this guy in a while, so just get off my back. I'm just trying to hang out with my
seriously,
friend.
you guys being dicks. How much more money for Christmas do you think you spend percentage-wise than your wife does vice versa? Does that make any sense?
You're saying how much more money do I spend versus what she spends?
That's not how I wanted to word it. I wanted to word it. Okay, if you have a limit, let's say you go. Let's watch our money. Let's only spend. I'm making up a number.
Okay,
$200 each on gifts.
On each other, or just in general, on everybody?
On each other.
On each other. Okay.
You have a gift limit.
Right.
How much do you blow past the 200, or do you stick by it?
Well. That's never come up in our relationship. She wouldn't do a limit.
She just wants to spend.
Yeah,
that benefits you.
Normally, she's not too crazy, but I know that.
How would you feel guilty
confusing.
though? Yeah, as a guy, because a lot of guys do that, where the girls go, "Hey, you know what? Let's not get crazy this year.
Right.
I don't want to get too crazy. Let's just only spend." $50. Maybe if you're just meeting somebody and it's that odd thing, then but how much more do you spend? Because you can't do it because you're like the cheap ass if you come in at $49.80.
Well, here's what I would do. I have no problem if you're setting limits. Then there's the limits. I mean, you're not gonna. It's kind of douchey to go outside the limit because now you look like the better person in the relationship because you didn't adhere to the limit.
Yeah,
I love you more because I spent more.
Yeah, because then the person's like, you said there was a limit. Like I didn't know. Now I feel guilty that I only spent $2.
See, you know what? That makes you a dick if you do that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I say I have no problem staying to the limit. But what you do if you want a little bonus, a little extra stuff is like little knickknacks, like a little card, like you write something really sweet in a card or something like that.
Yeah, you got to
do the dishes. You know,
this is the time of year, fellas, where you really have to recall shit your girlfriend or wife suggested throughout the year. Because my wife throughout like July will go, "This is a good Christmas idea."
Yeah,
and I don't remember that crap.
I know. Yeah.
Is there an app I wish there was an app where you could take pictures of that for the whole year?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, you get, here's everything she said.
I got a good one that I remembered. Like, I'm so proud of myself.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to, but I was very proud when I was like, oh, yes.
All right.
That was a hint like 3 months ago, and I remembered it. I was very proud of myself for that. But
do you go super high-end stuff, or do you go knick-knacky?
Here's what I kind of – it's different every year. But this year
don't say – I know that you're not going to wreck your Christmas. Okay.
This year, I'm going like a couple of big-ticket items.
Okay.
And then a lot of small stuff. Where sometimes it's like one gigantic ticket item, and then you get nothing else. Or it's just tons of small stuff that just add up.
At what age?
I think girls, and correct me if I'm wrong,
right,
like opening things.
Yeah.
So if you have, let's just say,
batteries in a box, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you went out and bought like, let's say you bought like a Nintendo, and you put that Nintendo inside of a box with games and batteries and all that stuff in there,
you're done.
That's one gift that you wrap. Wrap all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's another thing to get to open.
Yeah.
It's just like opening things is fun.
A toy? As I suspected. I hate toys.
I have a stepdaughter who's leaving for the Air Force, so she'll be here for this Christmas.
Yeah, it's weird to me. How old is she then?
She's 18.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's flying in tomorrow, and she's staying with us to get in shape so she can do all her PT stuff.
Wow.
So she's bringing a boy with her.
Uh-oh.
So that'll be our Christmas, which is kind of nice. But at what
doing
age?
It here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been in Los Angeles in a lot because it never feels like Christmas.
No, it doesn't. Have you put?
Well, you guys notice we got.
I see you got the Christmas tree.
Yeah, like we don't ever really decorate. So now that we're decorated, it feels a little bit better.
I'm looking.
And then outside is completely tricked out.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we don't have the lights. But at what age do you not care? Do you have any Christmases in the last 5 years where you were disappointed? Like sometimes I
remember the very first one I was disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah, but first I want to say I'm looking at John's Christmas tree. Is that the pre-lit kind, or did you like?
My wife put that together.
Did you? Okay, so
it's not pre-lit.
It's not pre-lit. Okay.
She did that.
Yeah. I like the blue lighting.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say because you don't see that too often. It's a lot of different colors.
Yeah.
Or just all white.
Yeah.
But I like the all blue. That looks like because that's like a Hanukkah thing too. Is the blue?
It is.
Yeah. So it's like saying, hey, it's Christmas and
it's Hanukkah if you happen to be Jewish. Yeah.
And you got this stockings on the.
It's Santa's completely ready to show up.
Yeah.
Now, is there stuff you want for Christmas?
Wait, no,
we should have did that as a podcast where people could leave what they wanted for Christmas, and we would have done shout-outs. And then they could have said, hey, honey, you should listen to Heffron and Reap. And then while they were listening, we would mention stuff. Mm-hmm. And people could have used us to let their significant other know what they wanted.
Oh, right.
We could still do that. It's only November.
Yeah. All right, well, so if you're listening...
How would they do that?
Well,
iTunes?
You can go to heffronandreap.com
and you can email us.
Ask John or ask me. I'm also John. And you could say, here's what I want you to do in the shout-out or whatever the gift is, and we can do it. I have no problem doing that. Yeah. I love my fans. I love our fans. But I want to answer your question, though.
Okay. And I'm going to actually look up some of the Ask stuff while you're talking.
The first Christmas where I was like kind of not bummed out, but I could definitely tell, wow, I'm getting older.
Right.
And it's not what it used to be. And this is going to sound ridiculous. 13. Because when you're a child, like before 13, 0 to 12, Christmas is mainly about toys. You know what I mean? It's like you get a new bicycle, you get like maybe a basketball goal, you get like awesome sort of maybe a BB gun, and all these little, but it's tons of toys, and that's what, and you play with them right then and there. Right. You open them and then you play with them all day, and there's no school, and that was Christmas. That was a fun Christmas. From 0 to 12. Then I turned 13, and I didn't really want toys anymore. I was into ninja stuff.
Okay. A full ninja suit or the ninja shoes?
I got the tab eyes shoes.
Oh, is that what they were?
Tab eyes. The place for your big toe, and then the other toes would go on the other side, right? That's what you're talking about, right? Ninja shoes.
What how comfortable those would be?
Well, now they have those shoes where my wife has them.
The Bikram 5-finger ones?
Yeah, it looks like...
It's not full ninja, though. If you have 5 toes showing...
That's not ninja, I'm just saying.
Ninja is 2, is split, so that way you can walk across the tightrope. Everybody knows.
I did have those. You just actually tightrope.
That's why they're 4, so you can walk across rope.
That's right. But I had 2 different ninja suits, man. I had all black, and I had camouflage. I had the tab-eye boots. and throwing stars. So for one Christmas, I just told my parents, like, what do you want? Like, give me some ninja stuff. And I give them a magazine to look through and, open up a gift, and there's a throwing star. It's like, okay, I'm going to go outside and throw this up against a tree. That's fun for 10 minutes.
Right.
And you're by yourself. You can't throw it at a friend.
Right.
It's a real weapon. I'm surprised I even got those things. But 13 was where I realized, like, I got all this ninja stuff, and I was like, this is not the same. Now I've got weapons, and it's not toys, and it's not as fun. It was when I was 12. And then it comes and goes after that, You're a kid. It's all about just the toys and the presents and playing with them right then and there.
For me, it was about not having to go to school that week. I look forward to just not
having to do anything.
But this Christmas, my wife keeps asking me what I want for Christmas, and I just...
You don't know what to tell her?
I don't have anything. I'm going through a thing where I'm good. I don't need anything. And when she says that,
5 years.
I don't want anything. Maybe new socks. Like, that's weird when you flip it when you want socks.
Yeah.
But or
here's one you could use.
Slippers.
Yeah.
I like stuff to do nothing in.
You know what I'm getting? Pajama jeans.
Oh, I saw those.
I'm at Sky Mall. I told my brother, it's like, listen, basically, if you don't know,
for your wife again, pajama jeans, or for you?
I want them for me.
Right.
They have some for dudes too.
Right.
Because lots of times I take the dogs out and I have not on my pajamas yet, and it looks weird to see a guy, 40 years old, walking two dogs at 3 in the afternoon, who obviously just woke up and is in his pajamas. So I thought, well, if I get the pajama jeans, and that's good for red-eye flights too, because you can get on the flight and it looks like, oh, he's dressed up for the flight or whatever, because it looked like designer jeans.
No, what we need to do is we need to do pajama dress pants.
We'll do a pajama suit. Well, pajamas already are suits, aren't they? But you don't.
That's true. Yeah. Like, so why are you weird if you wear pajamas on the flight?
Yeah.
But wear a suit and it's okay because it's not checkered.
Yeah,
it's the same exact
material.
You know who gets to wear pajamas out in public are black dudes.
Hugh Hefner too.
And black dudes. Black dudes get to wear those shorts with the shirts that match exactly.
Oh.
Ever
like basketball?
No, you haven't ever seen the called short sets. They're like they're the same color shorts as the shirt. It's black dudes wear pajamas.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen.
They wear pajamas.
Basically, our pajamas. Yeah.
Here's a question from Patrick for you. Do you have any plans, John, to touring the Baltimore, Maryland?
Is this for you or me?
That's for you.
Do I have any? No, not right now, but things are a-changing. I'm always adding new shows on my tour schedule. I have played in that area, but it's been a while. So just keep an eye on my tour calendar. I'll let you know. Who was that? I should give him a shout out.
That was Patrick.
Patrick, thanks for asking, buddy.
Yeah.
Go Ravens, right?
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
Was in Canada and watched the Grey Cup.
Dude, that was you. I heard Bieber performed. And that whatever Ray chick. But right. And Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, that was odd. That was. Have you seen a Canadian football?
Just on TV. I loved it. I mean, their rules are a little different. Their end zone's longer.
3 down. Yeah, they have to pass crazy.
Yeah.
You just have to pass constantly. They hardly run with the ball. But they look like high school or college football players.
They're smaller?
It's what would happen if football players weren't all roided up.
Oh, like
They're
arena
all
football.
little dudes.
Yeah. It's all about speed.
Like we could play.
Yeah. Well,
they're all... No, seriously. We're like the same size.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could... I'm not a speed demon anymore, but...
Yeah.
I do... Doug Flutie was huge. He played some Canadian football. I'd like to go check out a game up there. I imagine it'd be like a arena football would be a lot, just because of the speed. It's just quicker.
They were into it.
What about you? What do you? So you don't know what to tell your wife? What to get you for Christmas?
No, I think I'm literally. I don't want anything.
Well,
I know
you like
that's not
Sky
very
Mall.
fun.
How many times have you been on a plane and you pick up the Sky Mall? You're like, oh, I could use that, but you don't do anything about it.
I'm electronics. Like I think I have everything Apple that I possibly need.
You get a new iPhone?
Nope, not even upgrading.
Do you want it?
My new new thing is I'm only upgrading on even numbers on anything Apple.
Okay. Well, I'm getting the new one for Christmas.
Nice. Now, do you guys know all of your Christmas stuff?
We give each other lists, and then we say, here's a list. Do
you have a surprise that she doesn't know about?
And then surprise me. And then if you want to surprise me. But here's what's weird for me. It's like There's a helicopter going.
Yeah. This is
that a helicopter?
Yeah, we grow a lot of pot at this house.
It's like, well, your wife, when she buys you my wife doesn't know what to get me, right? So I go like, well, here's something that will never change.
Right.
I'm gonna I could create a coupon book for you of favors that I would want that would go a lot further in my book than some socks or a shirt.
Right.
I know what I want. I go get it. Like it's an impulse thing. I would just go get it if I want it all.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, here's assignments. Go out and get the things that I want that I was going to do right now, but I'll have to wait a month.
Right.
But if you do, like, if I get a coupon book that says, okay.
They have some of those.
This is like
dirty ones, like blowjob.
That's what I'm talking about. The BJs and all that, this crazy sexual favor one. I could redeem this anytime I want.
I would use you know how you use those, like the blowjob coupons is you use it at the worst time. She would never want to give you one. Like after a huge fight. Right? Like that's where you're like the money shot is.
Hang on a second. Rip.
Yeah.
I would like to
just why she's like, you suck. I made the worst decision ever marrying you.
Yeah.
My parents were right. Right in the middle of that, you just
by the way,
pull out the coupon and just
Although that would be kind of scary if
maybe
you don't want to
not the blowjob.
You don't want to get an angry blowjob.
Yeah, but maybe other favors you'd be allowed to.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be sexual, but it could be like 10 minutes of you have to be quiet while I talk.
Now, what if you could throw in something in that coupon book, like would she go through all of it, like or like your service agreement when you do new software, you don't read that,
right?
So maybe it's all like hug, make bed, like, and then you start to get a little bit more, bend over, eat, and then I get to have sex with one of your friends. Like you throw that in the coupon, and if she accepts the entire book, then
I see.
You know what I mean? It's like a weird line of lawyer script that she doesn't read, and if she accepts it, then it's technically in the book.
Too late. You already agreed to the terms and services.
We should have did that.
I get a 3-way.
We should have made the Heifer and Reap coupon book with that stuff in there.
We still got time.
We're slow.
Still got time.
We have so many big
Believe
plans.
me, I got a shirt that I've been working on for so long. I was hoping to get it done by Cyber Monday. It's not done.
Oh, yeah. I got a shirt.
I got a new bumper sticker, and so I'm making belt buckles, and I'm making a new shirt. Just FYI, if you ever go to johnreap.com and look at my online store.
And we'll have that
I
up.
call it the Reap Boutique.
Nice, and we'll have that up on Heifer and Reap, too, because I have a shirt up there. I think it's supposed to be.
Is yours finished?
It's ours finished, and you can buy it online.
The Life Uniform.
Just a plain gray T-shirt that says Life Uniform, and it's really comfortable shirt. And it's the premise is you just that's your go-to shirt. You don't got to figure it out.
You should do like. See, to me, a uniform. I'm not trashing your thing here, but a uniform is like a whole outfit, not just a shirt. So you should have some pants to go with that.
Well, you know what I want to do? Where it says Life Uniform right here, I want to get patches made and let you sew on Life Uniform to whatever you already own. So if you have your favorite pair of jammies,
you could just put on Life.
You sew that on.
You sew the logo.
If you have and then if you have a favorite thing that says A&F, like Abercrombie and Fitch, and you're like, that's douchey that I'm plugging a company,
right.
Then you can sew my patch right over that logo.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, you don't.
My name's not anywhere on there.
Yeah. I like that, and I don't like that.
Well, here's the deal. I make no money when you buy them.
Yeah.
So my manager goes, okay, if you're breaking even, that's fine.
Right.
Then why would you not want to break even and have your name on the shirt? So why are you just...
But then the whole purpose of you putting that over another logo is because you don't like people's names on your shirt.
Yeah.
So it defeats the purpose.
So that's okay.
Yeah. In this instance, it's good not to have your name on it. But how many shirts do you have? Like I haven't even looked at your online store.
I've got none.
Huh?
I got this. I got the shirt, and then I'm in the process of writing a book it'll be out, but that's it, though.
Oh, okay.
I hated selling stuff, and then, but I
don't like selling shirts after a show, like right there, because people are, it's always about like I need XXX large or I run out of small.
Yeah, people like completely hold it up and they go, well, what size? And then other parts of the country that you're at, girls are different sizes.
Yeah, and if you
you're rolling in one thing and you're like,
You don't want to get in an argument with a stranger because you accidentally called her fat.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, lady, you know, you have big boobs, and you go XXX, where then you're in some LA and no one's bigger than a medium.
Right. No, I sell tons of shirts, but I don't do them at the show. All my shirts are online. I got two that are making fun of the Ed Hardy. Remember Ed Hardy?
Yeah.
That was like a big deal for a while, and then it got douchey. So I have spoof shirts of those. One says Jed Hardy. And you can't even tell that there's a J in front of it. But it says Jed Hardy. It looks just like an Ed Hardy shirt.
Right.
But the skull is Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies. And he's wearing a fedora, but it's his skull. And Granny's in the background with a shotgun. And Ellie Mae's back there. And there's black gold Texas T-shirt in the background. And it just says Jed Hardy. It's a Metro Jethro version of the Ed Hardy. It's way cheaper, and it looks just like it. And I got another one that says Mr. The Mister is tiny, Ed Horsey. And it's Mr. Ed. And he's a tricked out Mr. Ed. There's like a skull with crazy red eyes, and
This needs to be on our site.
So it's a good way of making fun of Ed Hardy, but also wearing something that looks Ed Hardy-ish.
Yeah.
So people say like, "Oh, you wear hell no, I'm not that dumb. This is Jed Hardy, or this is Mr. Ed Horsey."
Right.
Yeah. But I don't like lugging them around at shows and then stuffing them back into a box or a bag and all that stuff. So when you see me at a show, I normally will sell only like DVDs, CDs, and I got a bumper sticker now, just because I thought like, wow, most of my things are $20 or $15 or something like that. Why not have a $5 item? Just somebody who doesn't have a lot of money.
So I do with my patch.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing my Life Uniform patch.
Yeah.
With a digital download of everything I own for $5.
That's nice. That's good. Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
But my bumper sticker, I have this closing bit. This is funny. Like, I'm explaining my act to you, but I know my fans are listening. Like, I know what it is.
Right.
You probably don't know what it is.
I don't. Yeah, we've worked with each other one time.
Yeah.
Although we'll see each other December 7th in Yuma.
I'm only doing like 20 minutes at that thing. But I talk about what it's like cruising in a small town. When I was a kid, that used to be the thing. Everyone would get in their car and ride around, go cruising,
Right.
And my brother had a really cool car. He had a 1985 IROC Z28, and I was so jealous. And every now and then I'd get his car. He'd let me borrow his car to go cruising, and I do a bit. I mime out what it's like cruising in a small town in my brother's car, set to the music of Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. And everything I do is exactly timed out to a beat or something in the song, and it all makes sense.
Right.
So that's just a bumper sticker now that goes along with that bit. By
the way, we got invited. I can't find the tweet, but they do the reenactment of Smokey and the Bandit.
Who? What?
There's a group of people.
Nice.
And it's all these Trans Ams.
Right.
Like tens and tens and tens.
Yeah.
Show up, and then they have semis, and they have police cars.
Wow.
And they recreate the entire Smokey and the Bandit run.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't
we got invited to that?
Yeah. I guess a guy.
To do what? Just to
ride.
Just to hang out?
We can ride with the Trans Am, and then we can be in the truck.
Okay.
And you can be in the cop car. They do it from Texarkana, from whatever the song is.
I think I might want to be Sheriff Buford T.
Justice. Boy,
your brain is the size of a tick turd.
I haven't seen the regular version in that where it's because here's what I thought he always said. You scum bum.
Yeah, you scum bucket.
Yeah. Boy, remind me to punch your mama.
TNT or CBS.
Yeah.
He steals that movie.
Well, we got invited to it somewhere.
Nice.
It's Florida Trans Am is the guy's Twitter handle.
And is he offering to, give us per diem and put us up in a hotel?
We just drive,
What
man.
do we do? We just go down there and
show
show
up? Let's go podcast
up?
through that thing.
All right.
Podcast from the
We'll do it
Bandit
from
Run,
CB radios. Breaker 19, this is
We'll podcast from CBs.
Yeah, we'll do it old school.
Or you'll have to get a CB, and you'll have to just listen, and we'll do it live.
Yeah, turn it to channel 13.
Good, buddy.
Breaker 19. This is I used to have a CB, and it was funny because we had CBs before cell phones. All my friends had a CB radio, so you'd hear these conversations like in the morning on the way to community college. Burger 19. Bugger, you got your ears on. If you're going to Burger King, stop in there and get me a chicken biscuit and a high C. Come on, you already owe me $7. Just get the high C, Bugger.
All right.
But that was before how we communicated on the way to community.
My
college.
dad was a trucker. We used to go on vacation listening to.
Yeah.
The whole trip.
What was your handle? Did you have a handle?
My dad was Bebop.
Bebop?
Yeah, that's
Isn't
from
that
some
what
song.
Cyndi Lauper did when she
It was like
played with herself?
But in the 50s or 60s, it was like Bebop was whatever.
Okay. Did you have
I
one?
forgot what mine was. I don't remember what mine is.
You probably had one and forgot what it was. I mean, for like that trip, that time that you were hanging out.
Yeah, because if you think back, now it was probably just truckers asking to get blowjobs or amphetamines at the truck stop. So it's really probably like Good Buddy. Do you know that like Good Buddy means good buddy?
No, I didn't know that.
Like Good Buddy.
I know what lot lizards are.
Yeah, but Good Buddy was where that came from.
Good Buddy, the gay version of a lot lizard?
When you say Good Buddy, at least this is what I thought, when you refer to somebody on CB as Good Buddy, that was the little thing that maybe later you get a little cup of coffee and
meet up for some.
And I'll cash in a coupon. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Uh-oh. That explains a lot. I've been calling people Good Buddy.
Did you ever see that movie with that candy cane, the guys that they talk on the CB?
Candy cane.
They're like candy cane, where they talk and the dude chases them down and tries to kill them all.
Oh, it's a Stephen King movie, right?
It's scary.
Right.
But they're on the CB. They fuck with a trucker.
Yeah.
It's scary shit.
Oh, on a trip one time, me, my dad, my brother, my friend Booger, and this other guy named Kent, we drove from North Carolina to Atlanta to go see the Falcons football game. And my dad had a CB in his car. And we were driving at night, and there was this truck in front of us that said Central Transport, whatever that was.
Right.
I always just mess around. I get on the CB. Central Transport, you got yours on up there. And then you hear him go, yeah, go ahead. And I go like, yeah, is this Central Transport? You got your ears on there, good buddy? Come on. And he goes, yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead. And I go, Central Transport, are you hearing me? Like, I just did that over and over again. And my friends are laughing, my dad's laughing, and then you hear him like, he goes, because you don't know where it's coming from, right?
Yeah, you don't know.
It's like a prank call. You just know they're probably within 10 miles of you.
Yeah.
Well, this dude figured it out. He goes, listen, I see you back there in that white Citation. If you keep fucking with me, I'm going to bring 18 wheels across the hood of your goddamn car. And my dad goes, turn that fucking thing off.
Did you guys speed past him and make him do that trucker thing? When you go like that, you do that honk out the window?
No, we didn't. No, we laid low. But it was fun. I had a buddy who used to have a CB in his house.
We did. Growing up, we did.
Yeah, and he would just mess with
that was the internet. That was Facebook of the 70s.
Yeah.
You had a CB handle.
Yeah.
Just like you have a screen name.
I was a Red Rooster.
And then you let people know where you were. You drop pins. It's the CBs were
And there's all these different channels, and you could say like, meet me on channel 47 or whatever. No, I don't think they go up to 47, 21. You can meet me channel 18, and then when you say 18.
18 was the popular one.
That always meant like, 19 is a popular one.
Yeah, 19.
Breaker 19.
Yeah.
That's the popular one. So when we would say like, okay, meet me at 18, that actually meant 15. We always minus 3.
Everybody had codes.
Yeah.
And you think about it, like people, if you were talking on the CB, everybody could hear your conversation.
Yeah.
So if you're like,
it's
hey,
like Twitter, actually.
Yeah. You're like,
CB
hey,
was the first Twitter.
I'm going to stop off at this rest stop and with the kids. Okay, I'm going to keep moving, honey. And then now you know that the woman's by herself at a rest stop.
Right. It was the first Twitter. That's right. Well, I don't. I've moved on. I now have a cell phone, so I think most people have. Well, what else? Do you know?
By the way, I'm writing this down.
Do you know what you're getting your wife for Christmas? Are we done with Christmas?
I have a few ideas.
Yeah.
And she listens, so I'm not even going to. But I did pay attention.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
This year, and my wife's more knick-knacky. Like I could show up with a new
tchotchke.
Yeah, I could show up with a new horse, like a really expensive horse, and she'd be more pissed that I didn't
get the saddle. Or
get like lessons. Remember the little $3 board game she said we should play.
Right. Yeah.
I
like that.
So it's about fun things.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna
and now this year because with my stepdaughter here, luckily it takes all the pressure off us, and it's more about them.
Exactly. And now are you guys going to cook a big meal and all that jazz?
And do a full-on meal.
Nice.
Do all that. Wait
this will
for
be my
Santa
second year spending Christmas in L.A.
Maybe we should get together.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I kind of like
Are you guys doing
the fact that no one's here. Like, everyone leaves. The best time to come to L.A. is Christmas Day because everyone else is gone. And you could I joked about last year. I was like, let's just go get in the car and ride around and park in all the spaces that we otherwise would never be able to get. And just sit there. That's our Christmas Day parade.
Yeah, we should take pictures. Yeah,
park
we
in all
should drive around and Instagram that. That would be a funny Instagram.
Right.
Just you on the
Look
405,
right
stopped.
in front of Pars.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we will get together. I mean, I think what we did last year was we slept as late as we wanted to. We got up, we made some breakfast. We watched.
Are you
Christmas
anywhere New
movies.
Year's?
Yeah, I just got a gig. I'm doing the Parlor Live in Bellevue, Washington.
Great club.
Going back just for the one night though, because it's like a Monday night or is it a Wednesday night or something?
Right.
That New Year's Eve is on. So I just go for the one night and come back. But we're gonna be here for Christmas. I was just home with my parents in Hickory, North Carolina for Thanksgiving.
Right.
We did Christmas and Thanksgiving at the same time.
Right.
But I was like looking for some. I was showing my dad how Apple TV works.
Right.
And how you can air share things from your device to the big screen, and he just loved that. So I might get him that for Christmas next year because I already got him the gift now. But I noticed that there is a sequel out now to Christmas Story.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it. How would you?
I watched the preview.
It's got to be horrific.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's gotten
you
like
can't watch it.
1.5 stars. But I'm
It's
still
such a good-
interested to see what it would be.
It's none of the same
I'm
characters.
I can't pay for it. No, it's not the same characters. But you know who isn't? Is that Daniel Stern guy, that dude who was in Home Alone, one of the bad guys with Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
He plays the dad.
The dad.
Yeah.
God, it's such a good
and it's
movie.
about Ralphie now that he's a teenager. He's like 13, and he's got his same buddies, and they get in trouble.
I don't know if I can buy it.
Yeah.
I do not know if I can buy
It's going
it.
to suck really
I'm going to
hard.
have a hard time seeing Red Dawn,
Oh, my God.
but
Yeah.
I didn't see Footloose. I didn't see
I'm
the
not gonna see
second
Footloose.
Footloose.
Did you see the one where the Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Expendables?
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger did a long time ago, and then they remade it with
Twins.
no, sci-fi. He goes to Mars.
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
I did not
Did
see
you like
that.
the first one though?
First one was good.
Right.
The big fat lady who blew up was a
Get
little
ready
crazy.
for a surprise.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
But they made that sequel, or not that, they remade that movie.
Right.
With that, and I was very excited. Like, I want to see that because I liked it the first time. I can't wait to see the new special effects and how that's going to look.
Right.
But they didn't go to Mars in that one. And that ruined it for me. The whole fact that they didn't even go to Mars.
Right.
The Total Recall now is about some underground world at Earth. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, you got to
I
go
wanted
to
see
Mars,
what you would have
man.
done with Mars.
Yeah, you got to.
So, I'm sure Red Dawn is going to be a little different because it's not Soviets this time. It's Korea that's invading America. North Korea.
Yeah. We should remake some of our stuff. We should maybe.
We talked about remaking Breakin'.
We could remake Breakin', or we could remake some podcasts we did like way back on Death Squad. You can just listen to one and just talk about the same
Try
thing.
to get it. Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll just remake it.
Have we done that yet by accident?
No, I don't.
We've done a lot of
I don't
podcasts.
think so.
I'm wondering if I've actually repeated a story. I mean,
No,
there's a good
I don't think
chance.
so. We're
Okay.
good.
All right. Well, look, it's about an hour or so.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for listening to the Heffron and Reap Show. Don't forget, as always, check out our website, heffronandreap.com. Follow us on Twitter at Heffron and Reap. Go to our iTunes page, rate us, leave comments. Go to our Amazon link at heffronandreap.com if you're going to be shopping online. We got tour dates galore, which you can also find at heffronandreap.com. So check us out on the road. And as always, thank you for listening. We love you. We'll see you next time. Bicycle.
Go to heffronandreap.com for tour dates and great links. Hey, did you get that? It's heffronandreap.com. Go there now.